Sports for real again with Coach Hall. We got about 2 weeks until the Super Bowl kicks off, and it's going to be a lot of interesting stories kick out between now and then. I'll still cover those, but I like to, in the meantime, tell some stories. I want to call them football stories, and I like to tell one every day. Some I'm going to do live, can't do live right now, but I will. Today I want to talk about 2007. Back in 2007, I was driving a paratransit truck in Jacksonville. And if you remember 2007, that is the year that the Patriots went undefeated. They won 16 straight games. They made it to the Super Bowl after winning 2 more playoff games, and they met up with the Giants. A lot of people were all excited and giddy over the fact that the Patriots could actually go through a season undefeated. They would be squaring off again against the Giants. This is the first of the 2 times they would play in the Super Bowl, and this particular time the Giants were on a roll. They were playing what I call football, meaning they were hitting on all cylinders. They went into Green Bay and knocked them off. Brett Favre had the #1 seed. They went to Green Bay and beat them in overtime. They had played New England the last game of the season, had them strung out. Patriots ended up winning the game in the end. But as they make it to the Super Bowl, still, many people weren't giving the Giants a chance. They thought that they got there by luck. But this particular day, this particular morning, I'm riding down Edgewood and turned off from one of those old neighborhoods down in Paxson area, and I picked up this guy. He was wheelchair bound, really bedridden. The man was in bad shape. All he wanted to talk about while I was loading him up was about New England going undefeated. So finally he popped the question. He says, well, who do you think going to win the game? I said, the Giants will win the game. Oh, that man broke up into some uproarious laughter. And after I told him that, he laughed at me from the time I strapped him down, drove the 5-6 miles over the Shands, all the way down the interstate, up the ramp, and when they took him out of my van and rolled him up the ramp, he was still laughing about the fact that I said that the Giants was going to beat the Patriots in the Super Bowl. Well, lo and behold, Plaxico Burress, well, let me go back before that. Let me tell you why I picked the Giants that day. The Giants had the opportunity to see the Patriots more than anybody else in the league that year. They played them in the preseason, which meant they also practiced with them during the week. They played them the last game of the season, and then they met them in the Super Bowl. So if you're counting, you got 1 week of preparation during preseason, you got another week of preparation during the regular season, and you got 2 more weeks for the Super Bowl. That's 4 weeks. More than any other team on a 1-game basis had a chance to prepare for New England. Another thing, the Giants had the recipe to beat New England. They were coming off their football and they were getting out to the quarterback. And they were going to need to do that to have any chance to beat New England. And they had to run the football. Well, they did just enough, pull a few great plays out of there, and Plaxico Burress caught the winning touchdown with a few minutes remaining in the game. I wish one thing. I wish I could have seen that man's face when the Giants beat the Patriots. I know that just probably broke his heart, but I told him that the Giants were going to do it. Now, since then, I can't figure out exactly where that man's house was. Given the shape he was in at that time, he's probably no longer with us. But if I can do one thing in this world, I will find that old man and let him know that the Giants knocked off the Patriots in Super Bowl 42. Sports for real.